All right, so we're gonna start on our backs today. This is lay down. Don't worry about anything. Lay down, relax. Become comfortable, shut your eyes, find your breath. Feel your breath become slower, deeper, fuller. Feel your bones resting on the mat. Feel your breath move your body. Feel your belly rise and fall. Feel your rib cage expand and contract. Feel your chest rise and fall. Breathe into your hip sockets, breathe into your shoulder sockets. Feel your entire torso expand. Begin to find gentle motion in the fingers and toes. Any motion, it doesn't matter what, just move. Come to stillness, find strength in the feet. Flex the feet, point the toes straight up to the ceiling. Engage your core muscles, press your lower spine into the mat. No space between the lower back and the mat. Press the neck towards the mat. Get long in the spine, stay with your breath. Bend your knees, bring your heels up to your glutes, root in. Find the big toes. Keep the core engaged, lower back, stay strong in the mat. Hands down by the hips, palms face down. Root into the big toes, squeeze the thighs together a little bit. Feel the inner part of your legs get strong. Engage your core even more, tuck your tailbone and lift your glutes up off the mat. So the lower back is connected, but there's space between the glutes and the mat. Keep this inward engagement of the thighs. Press the hips up to the ceiling. Maybe tuck the shoulders under, bind the fingers, maybe not. Bridge pose. Notice the knees, are they stacked over the heels? Notice if they're going wide. Inhale the right foot straight up to the ceiling. Exhale, back down to the mat. Inhale the left foot straight up to the ceiling. Exhale, back down to the mat. And just move with your breath. Take a few rounds just like this. Notice your hips. They're going to move a little bit. It's inevitable. But keep them as still and static as you can. Try to isolate in the hip socket rather than a rocking motion in the hips about the spine. One more cycle. And then unbind the fingers, release the hips back down to the mat. Take an inhale. Next, exhale, windshield wiper the knees over to the right side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left side. Move with your breath. Move at your own speed through your own range of motion. Connecting with the mat is not necessary. One more cycle. And back to neutral. Now bring the arms to a T, more or less. You don't have to lock out at the elbows. You have a little bend there. Root into the arms, feel them be strong. Engage the core, connect the lower back with the mat again. If you lost that, we need to preserve core strength. Lift the feet up. We're at 90 degrees at the knees and the hips. Next, exhale, windshield wiper the knees to the right side. Inhale, back up to neutral. Exhale to the left side. And move with your breath. Notice the upper body, the shoulders are going to try to follow the hips. Don't let them. Root in, keep the shoulders glued to the mat. Use the hands, the elbows, whatever you got. Isolate the motion in the lower torso. One more cycle. Back to neutral, and now send the feet straight up to the ceiling. Core stays engaged. I like to have the toes a little bit pointed here. Inner thighs engaged, the legs are magnetizing towards one another. You can feel the thighs pressing into each other, knees connecting, calves, ankles, ball, big toe, connected. Upper body strong. Core strong. Next, exhale, windshield wiper to the right side. Do not allow the left shoulder to lift. If it does, you've gone ever so slightly too far. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale to the left side. And again, just move through your own range of motion with your own breath. If this is too much, go ahead and bend the knees back where we were before. One more cycle. And exhale the heels back to the glutes. Let the soles of the feet press and let the knees drop wide. hands support the thighs. Use your hands. Press your knees back up to each other. Let the knees knock into each other. Heel toe the feet wide. And then pigeon the toes inside of the heels. And then breathe into the outer hips. Heel toe the feet back to center. Bring the knees into the chest. Grab the hands inside the knee pits. Grab the hamstrings. Start to take little spinal rocks. Start small. Each rock gets a little bit bigger. Eventually, when you have good momentum, good control going, rock all the way up to forward fold. I'm going to just shuffle back to the middle of my mat to stay centered. You stay at the top. In your forward fold, bring the weight further forward into your toes, lessen your heels. Don't pop the heels up off the mat. Keep them connected, but get strong in the toes. Bring the hips a little closer over the heels. You're bent in your knees as much as you need to be. There's absolutely no requirement to straighten out the legs here. And now with our weight forward in our toes, we're going to press actively into the big toes, smush them into the mat, get strong in the inner arch. Feel the inner calves fire up, feel the inner thighs fire up. Feel everything squeezing in towards one another, like we zipped it up when we were on our back doing the windshield wiper with long legs. Now with that inward squeeze, engage the core and press, take a big deep belly breath, press your belly into your thighs. As you do, press the hips up to the ceiling, remove a little bend from the knees, and then exhale, contract the torso back to your thighs, and inhale, press up again, and exhale, contract the center, and take a couple rounds like this. Now keep the same lower body engagement. Don't release, don't rock back into your heels. Inhale, halfway lift. So the lower body remains strong, the tail is tucking, core is engaging, hands, wherever they go, I don't really care, but they're pressing. The hands are pressing the shoulder girdle away from the hip girdle to lengthen the spine. Now exhale, fold back down to the mat, and inhale back up to the ceiling. And exhale through the heart. It's mountain pose. Same fundamental engagements in mountain pose. Feel your weight distributed between your heels and your toes. There is a tendency to rest on the heels. That's not where we want to be. We want to be even from front to back. Our weight is evenly distributed so that we have mobility in every direction. Knees are not locked out. They are also mobile. Now again, root into the big toe, root into the ball of the big toe. Magnetize and rotate the thighs towards one another. As the thighs start to rotate towards one another, they also start to engage the hamstrings and press the legs back. As the legs press back, low core engages beneath the belly button, below what you think of as your abdominals, down here in the hip creases. Pull it in, tuck the tailbone under. So everything is connecting in the center. And feel how your lower spine structure informs your upper spine. And find a place here in the lower spine where we can lift our heart up and stand taller. Feel your breath moving your spine. Inhaling for length. Exhaling for strength. Now bring the hands forward. Press the thumb and the index finger and squeeze your arms together and feel the inner part of your upper body engage and be strong like you're doing a push-up. Relax, let it go. Hands connect in front. Feel the pinkies press towards one another, and then rotate the elbows down to the floor. And then contract the elbows into the torso. And now feel the muscles on the outer part of the upper body engage and become strong, and see how we can use those muscles too. Now relax, come back to center, and press the thumb and the index finger. Engage the inner part of the upper body, and then rotate, connect the pinkies, and engage the entire upper body. Feel every part of your shoulder girdle getting strong here. If there's anything you can't feel, see what you can do, what adjustments you can make to make it strong. Next, inhale all the way up to the ceiling. On an exhale, turn the palms out. Strong upper back like we're doing a pull-up. Connect the elbows down into the rib cage, extend the arms. Inhale forward, press, rise. Exhale, back. And now, as we're doing this, notice the lower body. Did you release the engagement? Did you start to curve out here and lift the lower ribs? Keep the lower ribs tight and connected. Inhale to prayer hands. Exhale, fold. Root into your hands directly under your shoulder, index fingers straight forward. Step back to high plank. See if you can find mountain pose here in plank. Start with your hands, thumb and index fingers press into the mat. Lift the chest, spread your shoulders. Rotate the elbows enough that you can get into the outer part of your upper body. Engage your inner thighs, press and root into your big toes. And just like mountain, we're going to engage the core to tuck the tail and press the hamstrings up to the ceiling. So there's no part of our body that's not working right now. Focus on the elbows staying tight to the rib cage. Lean forward on the tips of your toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. And when you get to downward dog, go ahead, pedal, wiggle, shake, do what you do. Take any motion that you need. If you want to pause and grab a child's pose, grab some water, do that. Do whatever you need to do. Now come back to a strong, still, stationary down dog. And find mountain pose again here. Thumb and index finger root as though they were big toes. Press the shoulders away from the mat. Engage the outer part of the body. Play around with the rotation of your elbows. See if you can use the whole upper body. Core engages, big toes root, thighs squeeze together, heels draw a little closer to the mat. Inhale the hips up to the ceiling, exhale. Root into the mat. Next, inhale, right leg long back behind you. Press up in the hamstring. Exhale, bring the knee into the chest. Roll forward. Plant the foot down. Drop the back knee. Untuck the back toes. Press the back foot into the mat. Stay active and engaged there. Front knee is over the heel. We are still rooting into the big toe, so don't let the knee go wide towards the pinky. We're staying stacked and strong on the inside. Spider the fingers. Torso may be touching the thigh, but it is not resting on it. Our core is engaged. So everything is still connecting here in the center, just like we did in mountain pose. Flex the toes up off the mat. Neutralize the toes. So kind of notice here, if the toes want to roll out, if they want to roll in, if they do want to, any of these funky things here, and just see if we can get them all in the same plane. So our foot is neutral, hips are neutral, thighs are strong, core is strong, back foot is pressing. Drive into the front heel and send the hips back. And then kind of pause here and check them out. Notice them. Are they still square? What did the front foot do? Did it want to roll out in response? See what you can do to flow front to back while keeping toes neutral, hips neutral, all the way through. And if that means you just keep a hand back here on your hips, keep them honest, do it. If you got blocks and you want to use blocks here, so you have to keep shuffling your hands, do that. If it feels better to hold in the back, do that. Do whatever works for your body right now. Roll it back forward. Frame the front foot just like you would for high plank. Tuck the back toes, pop the back knee up off the mat. Keep the thighs engaging in towards one another, core strong. Root into the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Bring the right palm to the left wrist. Keep squeezing torso and thighs together. Glide the arm up and twist. And reach through your top fingers here. Feel your shoulder blades spreading apart. Back hamstring keeps pressing up to the ceiling, inwardly rotating in the thigh. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back, and take a vinyasa. And again, take a moment to do what you need. If it's motion, move. If it's water, get it. If it's child's pose, get it. Now start to find your way back to downward dog. Find strength, find your breath. Inhale the left leg long behind you. Exhale, roll forward, knee to chest. Gently and softly plant that foot down. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toes. Strong back foot, press it into the mat. Feel your thighs engage, your core muscles engage, spider your fingers. Lift your left toes up off the mat. Neutral toes, neutral hips. Drive into the heel. Press your hips back. And again, pause, check things out, see what happened. If the hips want to sway from side to side, or did they go straight back behind you? And from here, make your choice. Maybe you flow, maybe you hold. One of the most important things to notice in poses like this, which is effectively an asymmetrical forward fold, it's a relationship between the neutral foot and the neutral hips. And just kind of pausing and studying that, it's going to tell you a lot, particularly about your posterior chain. And roll it back forward, frame the front foot. Strong upper body, just like high plank, shoulder, wrists under shoulders. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Inner thighs magnetize towards one another. Left palm to right wrist, glide it up, twist. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back, take a vinyasa. And again, motion, stillness, water, child's pose, anything you want. If this is too slow, too easy, you want to pop into something funky, go for it. Take your time to do what you need. Find me back in a static, strong downward dog. Inhale, right leg long. Exhale, roll forward, knee to chest, plant it down. Back knee stays lifted, everything else is the same. Strong inward activation of the lower body, strong core muscles. Extend the arms straight forward. Inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. And now check things out. Are the hips square? Back knee strong. Front knee at 90. Go ahead and bend the back knee if you want and dip a little deeper to get towards 90 here. It doesn't have to be 90, but that's what we're going for. Hips do want to be square. Core strong, tail tucked, spine long. It's mountain pose in the torso. No difference. Back knee is the last thing that happens. If you've got the rest of it, press into the hamstring, inwardly rotate, straighten the leg while keeping the hips square, torso long. Next exhale, palms out, sweep the arms back, elbows to ribs. Inhale forward, press, rise. Inhale, rise. Exhale, extend forward. Frame the front foot. Inhale, back up to our twist. Now turn the back heel down, lay into the pinky edge of the back foot. Start to straighten the front leg and lift the hips and stack the hips, rolling onto the pinky edge of the front foot as well. Hips continue to elevate, they cannot drop. When you arrive in a strong stack position, lift the front foot, find side plank. From side plank, lift the back leg, top leg, squeeze the thigh into the torso, lift the back heel, and as slowly as you can, rotate back to lunge legs. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. Lean forward so the hips stack over the front ankle. Press the hips up. Find half moon. From half moon, hands to the heart. Whoops, fall. Try closing the hips to warrior three. So it's inward rotation in both thighs now. Notice my standing leg remains bent in order to square my hips. Hamstring pressing up just like three limb. And then I can try to straighten my standing leg. But again, notice the relationship between straightening standing leg, squaring the hips. Now, with control, bend back into the standing leg. And as slowly and carefully as you can, inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back, and take a vinyasa. And as always, our down dog is our moment to do what we need. So whatever you need. Maybe that just means you're holding a strong downward dog. Good. Maybe you need water. Good. I need water. We're going to come back to downward dog. Find strength. Feel your exhales root your body into the mat. Feel your inhales create length and space in the spine. Inhale the left leg long. Exhale, roll forward, knee to chest. Gently and softly plant the foot. Back knee stays lifted. Strong inner thighs, magnetize the legs towards each other, engage the core, extend the arms, inhale, rise. And again, take your time to settle in. Bend the back knee as much as you need to. Step one, drop the hips, square the hips. Step two, engage the core and tuck the tail. Find your torso, find your mountain pose. This is the most important part of the practice. We don't compromise this. And if you have it, then you're going to internally rotate the back thigh. Press into the inner hamstring. Press the leg straight. And see if you can straighten that leg while staying deep in this knee, while staying square and long. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, extend forward. Frame the front foot. Start to turn the back heel. Inhale, left hand reaches up to the ceiling. Now, turn the back heel down. Start to straighten the front leg, lift and stack the hips until we land on the pinky edge of the front foot. And then lift that foot and find side plank. And notice the hips want to continue to lift away from the mat. Top hand is energized and reaching. Bottom hand is pressing the mat away from the body. Lift the top leg, squeeze the thigh into the torso. Lift the back heel as slowly as you can. Return to your lunge legs. Root the left hand into the mat. Bring the hips forward over the ankle. Press them up for half moon. Hands to the heart. Close the hips. Warrior 3. Just like last side, the standing knee is the last thing. Hips square first. Lifted leg pressing up to the ceiling. Then maybe you straighten. Maybe you don't. Gentle bend in the standing knee. Control. Slowly release. Back to high crescent lunge. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Frame the front foot, step back. Lower all the way down to your belly and rest. Breathe deeply. Feel the back of your body lift with your inhales. Hands, root under shoulders, get strong. Squeeze the elbows into the body. Feel the thumb and index finger root into the mat. Get really strong in the upper body. Feel the pectoral muscles, the lats, everything is strong. Tuck the toes under. Get strong in the lower body. Engage your core. Press through high plank to downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet, forward fold the back of your mat. And take a moment here to kind of just wiggle, sway, do what you do. Come back to stillness and strength. Weight is even between heels and toes. Engage the big toes in our thighs as slowly as you can. One vertebra at a time. Roll up to mountain pose. Now you stay at the back of your mat. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Big toes and big toe knuckles connect, heels slightly apart. Otherwise it's mountain pose, so strong in the inside of the legs. Big toes root, thighs rotate in, hamstrings press back, core engages and tail tucks in, spine long. Hands to the heart, gentle press, gentle squeeze of the elbows. Grow light on the right heel. Keep the knee in, don't let it drift wide. Light on the toes, extend it straight forward. Point in the foot. External rotation, turn the toes out, turn the thigh out. Send this foot wide. Notice this hip, don't let it bump out. We're staying neutral, internally rotated on the rooted leg to stay strong in the big toe. Next, exhale, lift the knee up, bring the foot into the leg. Exhales to connect. Lifted foot is strong, pressing into the rooted leg. Feel this lifted knee pressing down towards the mat. And if you're stable, inhale, rise. My ceiling is too short, so I'm going to bring my hands behind my head. You can try it if you want. Kind of feels good, not required. Core stays engaged, lower rib cage stays in. Exhale the hands back to the heart. Release the lifted foot. Square it. Internal rotation in both thighs, just like we would in mountain pose. Gentle bend in both knees. Lean forward. Root this foot into the mat. Standing knee, front knee stays bent. Core continues to engage just like we would anywhere else. So the tail is tucking, spine is long. Start to lean forward. Bring the hips over the ankle. Torso parallel to the mat. Lift the back leg. Press it up. Back to warrior three. And the hands do whatever they want. To the heart, in front of you. Doesn't matter, wherever you can go. Focus on the hips. And then with length in the back leg, length in the torso, rise. Extend that lifted leg straight forward in front of you. And we're gonna go straight to tree on the other side. So find that point, find the hips square, neutral on the standing leg. We want to be on the big toe, not rolling out to the pinky. Externally rotate here, send it wide. Exhale, knee up, foot in. Root, connect, feel strength. If you find stability, your hands can go where they go. Hands come back to the heart, strength. Release the foot, square. Strength, inward rotation, gentle bend. Lean, root, engage the core. So we are not curving out, we're staying strong, tight, connected. Lean forward, hips over ankle, torso parallel to the mat. Drive the back leg up to the ceiling, internally rotating all the way up.
Long leg, long torso. Roll up to mountain pose. And release. Stand, shut your eyes. Let go of the idea of mountain pose. Let go of strength, control. Let go of your muscles. Let go of focus. Find release. See how simple and easy it can be. How gentle, how relaxed. Just stand here and center your weight over your bones and let go. Come back to just a very gentle mountain pose. So pull everything in a little bit, find a little control. Feel your weight on your toes and exhale forward. Root into your hands, drop your butt down, take a seat. Bring your legs long in front. And turn your right toes out and bend, just like we're going for a tree, and bring the sole of the foot into the thigh. And now find a strong foundation here, even on your seat. So the front foot is flexed and the toes are up to the ceiling. And then press the leg down to the mat. You can try popping that heel up off the mat if you want. That's the kind of press I'm talking about. We're strong, we're active. This leg is externally rotated, trying to root into the mat as well. Our glutes are strong. Sometimes we neglect them here when we're seated. Our core is strong. And just lift your heart up. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, rise. Keep pressing down. Exhale, extend forward. And notice that extended knee, you want it to pop up off the mat. Keep pressing it back down to the mat, and if you can't, then come back up out of your fold a little bit. Find somewhere that you can connect the knee with the mat. And breathe there and allow your breath to move you deeper. Bring the right hand to the left foot so you can grab the pinky edge. Start to find side body release here from the right hip through the lats and the shoulder, and then take the left hand and reach it out a little bit behind the hips if you can. Root into that and start to kind of a little bit of a twist, but mostly we're going for side body on the right side. So the spine is more focusing on extending out to about, let's say, 2 o'clock rather than it is rotating as far as it can towards 3 or 4 o'clock. We just want to find extension. And then bring the left hand back in and release and slowly roll back up to neutral spine, and Switch your legs. So right leg is long in front, left. Sole of the foot comes into the right thigh. You're gonna root into your foundation for a moment. Just pop that heel up off the mat. Doesn't have to stay up, but see what that's like. External rotation here. This leg is just like tree pose was. Strong glutes, strong core. Inhale, rise, and exhale, extend. Get into that side body activity. The left hand comes to the pinky edge of the front foot and start to twist over. Right hand comes back, maybe to the hips, maybe a little behind. And it's another place where it's important to stay active in this foot. And actually, we were flexing the toes up to the ceiling, but now it actually feels kind of nice to press the foot into the hand and really get into that side body a little bit here. Bring it back into neutral, roll up, and extend both legs forward. And one more time, find strength in your foundation. Inhale, rise, exhale, extend.
Dreaming of this golden grain, I'm falling from your shadow, talking sweet to the queen.
Slowly and gently roll up to neutral, and then just keep on rolling straight back down to your back. Now, go ahead and take a back bend here, whatever you like, bridge, wheel, maybe plow pose, anything that your body wants. Now, it doesn't even have to be a back bend. We're closing down. Just got a couple more minutes before Shavasana. So kind of go where you go. If I'm gonna go, I'll cue you through a plow pose if you like. I'm gonna bring my arms long overhead. I'm going to hook my thumbs together and then press my pinkies in towards each other. Or not my pinkies, my index fingers are gonna connect. I'm gonna press my arms into the mat. I'm gonna zip my legs together all the way down to the big toes from the inner thighs, and then engage the core to press the lower spine into the mat. Feet go up. Feet go back. And whenever you're ready to release, one vertebra at a time.
Again, if you like what you've got going on, you want to stick with it, go for it. I'm going to take a twist, bring my heels up to my glutes. I'm going to lift my hips up just an inch just to clear the ground. Sway them over to the right side. As far as they comfortably go, put them down. Then send my knees softly to the left side. Gaze over the right shoulder. Right shoulder roots. Maybe the left hand goes on top of the knees for weight. Maybe you cross the legs over, get a little deeper. Wherever you want to be here is cool with me. Roll back in to neutral. Realign your hips and then lift them, send them to the left, knees to the right. Back up to neutral, line hips and shoulders. If there's anything you need, happy baby, whatever, do it. When you're ready, release. Find Shavasana. And then come back to your breath. Come back to your body. Make whatever gentle little motions feel good. Fingers, toes, wrists, ankles, anything you want to move. Reach your arms long overhead. One last big full body stretch. And slowly and gently, however feels right to you, rise and meet me in a comfortable seat. Take a moment to feel gratitude for the opportunity to do yoga, the time, the space, even if it's not where you'd like to be doing it, it's still yoga. So good. And feel gratitude for all of your fellow yogis out there. Maybe some are watching this video, but feel gratitude for all of them, for everyone. And I am grateful for you. I thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you on real live mats sometime soon. In the meantime, namaste.